And 20 years after SI's back-to-back titles in the Tournament of Champions, another 2-year run of excellence would reign at the Prep. The 1975 team featured seniors Juan Mitchell and Tony Passanisi at forwards, Michael Bowie at center, and Dan Buick at point guard. Standout juniors included Billy O'Neill and Bob Enright. On January 3, 1975, SI beat SH in a double overtime thriller in front of 5,000 fans at Kezar. SI went on to win the WCAL title over Sarah, play for the CCS, and finish with a 28-2 record.
You know, I had some great teams. And 75 team, it was a power team. And after that year, when we entered 76, we didn't have one Division I scholarship player on the team, and we were expected to drop off in production.
The 1976 team was without standout seniors Juan Mitchell and Michael Bowie, but this team without was hardly that. The 76 Wildcats also finished as WCAL champions and played for the CCS title, where they ended their season with an impressive 29-4 record.
After an 11-1 league season in 75, we were the first team to go 12-0. My 79 team was 6-19, and I really learned a lot that year. I really coached hard that year because, you know, we didn't have a lot of talent, but I saw some kids coming up that were in the 80 team that I really liked. It was January 31st, 1979, and we won our only league game against Mitty here at home. I'll never forget the excitement. It was good for me because coaching's not always trumpets and balloons, you know, and I really loved that team.
From 1981 to 1984, SI won 4 consecutive WCAL titles.
Season in the WCAL and then postseason play. Wilson with a basketball, drives all the way down.
Paul 48, Jeff told Jim, kids from 81, 82 were, you know, terrific players, terrific kids, and wonderful to work with, and tough and aggressive.
The 1984 SI squad not only won the WCAL and the CCS, but was crowned Northern California champions.
It was a great time, and it took some pretty gutsy plays at the end of the year to be successful too. It wasn't just, you know, you got to have some luck going along the way to get to that, you know, Northern California championship stage and then play for the state.
I had the 84 team, which is, you know, the team that won the North Cal championship, and Levy Middlebrook. When he was a sophomore in high school, he was not even starting on the JV team. It was really the most exciting individual progress that I saw anybody make. And to be part of that has always been, you know, one of my favorite memories of coaching.
We had David Wilson. He's a very athletic forward.
Stolen by Wilson, drives all the way down. There's the slammer.
And Danny Oyarzabal, who was a sharpshooter from the outside. Paul LaRocca and myself got in there to bang the boards and clear everything out so Levy would take care of business.
In 1986, Drucker shocked the SI community with his sudden retirement from coaching. But Bob Drucker is more than just basketball to SI.
For the lay people, he is really the face of SI, not just because of his 20 years of coaching, but the hundreds and hundreds of teachers that he's taught here, the way he's represented the school. So he's meant a lot to the lay teachers through the 42 years that he's been here.
One of the most amazing things with him is there'll be new teachers that come in. I don't even know their name yet, and I'll be walking down the hall with Druck, and some young teacher, some 23-year-old kid will say, "Hey, Drucks."
Bob continued, as he had for years, being a student counselor. His last 3 years at SI was spent as a teacher. Bob wanted to end his career at SI the way he started it, in the classroom.
I've seen him along many years, and there's one real bottom line on Bob, and that's the fact that he's a teacher first.
Over his 42 years at SI, Bob Drucker's path crossed many people, like longtime friends and contemporaries Chuck Murphy, Jim Decker, and Shel Zatkin. Also, former SI athletic director Leo LaRocca, who only missed a Drucker coached game 2 or 3 times over 20 seasons.
His legacy is one of personal relationships. His legacy is one of love. His legacy is one of wisdom. And his legacy is also clearly deeply about faith. I guess that I cared for the kids, that I prepared my classes and my coaching with real affection, and that I hope that I modeled, as a father and a husband and a professional teacher, that I hope I modeled the values that I was taught by my folks and the values that the Jesuits have been teaching since the 1500s, and that they still stand for today.
A coach is truly an educator. Probably a lot of SI students have learned far more in those venues than maybe even they did in 1 or 2 classrooms.
Taught us lessons that last to today. Our group still keeps in great contact. We're still good friends. Much of it's attributed to Bob's influence on our lives.
The one thing I admired then and admire even more today is that he commanded respect from his players, and that enabled him to impart his wisdom on us and point us in the direction that he thought was best for us.
Bob was one of his kind, and I hope he has a long and fun retirement.
You run across Bob Drucker once in your lifetime, and you just thank God for your experiences to be part of his life, and you remember the good times.